sadly, today's the day that we're leaving for Agudo.
But we'll be back.
Well, before we fly out to Belgium, we decided to make this last night a special occasion and decided to stay at a palace.
We are staying here for the night, for our last night in Portugal before we come back to Portugal.
Yep.
And we're going to take you on a tour of the inside. You can actually tour this. And this is actually called a Pousada.
Right. And posadas, there's, I believe, 40 or so of those in Portugal that have been turned into hotels, etc. They're typically historical buildings, of which this one is an old house
That they're always working on. So let's go inside and show you what it looks like. We're in Faro, but we're in a little village called
Estoi.
Estoi. That's cute. I like that. So it's just a small village, right?
Yeah, it's a little town on the outskirts of the bigger municipality of Faro.
Oh, okay.
It was about 15 minutes from the town. We took the train in, so about 15 minutes from the airport as well. Very close by, really.
Yeah, so it'll be nice and easy to get to the airport tomorrow, 15 minutes out. And what I like about it, it's kind of just like out in the countryside.
Yeah.
And not so busy, not so noisy. So if being outside of the city appeals to you as well, I highly recommend this place.
We really like the night before we fly to be sort of at ease and close to the airport.
Yeah.
So this really kind of helps us relax before the flight tomorrow. It's a very short flight, but still.
You found this
Right.
palace, or the Pousada,
Yes.
online, and of course, he knows what I love, and he's like, honey, you want to stay in a palace? I'm like, well, yeah. So when was this built? I mean, what were these for?
So from my research, I learned that they started construction on the site here, which was a farm before.
Oh.
They started constructing the first building around 1740 and didn't get finished until they didn't finish it. And then in 1840, 1850, they continued construction when really it turned into a palace. This private company has been running these as hotels across the country for since the 1990s, I guess. So about over 20 years now.
Well, I think that was a great idea they had there. Wow, that's just also very interesting. Well, we'll put a link in the description down below so you can read more about it and learn more about these posadas throughout Portugal. Yeah, so what we didn't tell you guys either is that we're flying back to Belgium in the morning, and we're going to pick up our car.
Yep.
Well, we're going to load up our car. And as you know, some of you may or may not know, but we did say we were going to buy a car, and we did do that, and we haven't given you a proper tour. But then we're going to drive back down here, and that's why we're coming back, and we're going to spend the month of January pretty much down here on the Algarve. And Stain has some routes planned out in northern Portugal, where we'll make some stops, stay 1 or 2 nights, depending on you know, whether we like the place or not. I don't know what's not to like about Portugal, really. But so anyways, you said there's about 40 of these throughout the country, so maybe you'll see some more of these posadas.
Yep, there's some very cool looking ones. So we'll try to get in if they're open for this. You know, some of them might close for the season, but yeah, we'll try to get in and see what we can see. What we can do.
Yeah. So when you see us next, we'll be hitting the road. And we would love for you to join us. We'll show you France as we speed through France and we clip Spain and get back into Portugal, coming in from the northern parts.
All right, so we've made it to Belgium. It took us a couple days to get settled. We were able to visit with some family, so long as the restrictions allow for it. And tomorrow, we're back off on the road.
Yeah, going to go back to Portugal, down to the south on the Algarve, and spend another month down there. And then we're going to move on up to the Lisbon area, to Cascais.
Cascais, yes.
Cascais. That's where we're going to go for February and March. But tomorrow, so right now, today, we're going to load up the suitcases into the car. And tomorrow morning, we're off. And we're going to drive through France. And our destination tomorrow is Spain.
Yes, San Sebastian area is where we're hoping to get to.
San Sebastian. So, and then, so we're looking forward to you coming along with us on our road trip. We are happy that you joined us on our last day in Portugal. And as we leave Belgium, we want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and, of course, a much happier New Year to come. It's going to be a good year. So we got lots of good stuff in store for the upcoming year. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.